play some beats, but I forgot to tell you one thing.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Under Pressure. We're back. We're your hosts, Phil and Eric. It's been a few weeks since our last episode. We've been dealing with some life struggles.
Like back to school.
Back to school, paying off the Beamer.
What?
That's been a struggle for Eric.
Picking up right where we left off. This guy's already cracking jokes about the BMW.
Eric's facing some life struggles, so we've had to put the video on hold, but we're back. Hopefully you guys are happy to have us back. All nine subscribers of you.
Yeah, honestly, nobody was probably waiting for us.
Nobody's waiting.
We're back
but,
now. Our faces are popping back up.
We're back now. We're trying to hit the milestone of 10 subs and go from there.
We just got another subscriber, eh?
We just got another subscriber.
Dan, though,
I believe it's Dan Edian. So shout outs to Dan. Thanks a lot, man.
Shout out to Pizza Nova Dan.
We'll remember you when we hit big, all right? We'll think of you.
And when we hit big, I need a free slice from Pizza Nova. Meat lovers.
I could use a slice right now, actually. A couple slices.
Yeah.
You know, that's at the mood right now. After this huge loss, I need some slices. This Miami loss, it's making me hungry.
Damn, yeah. By the way, just a little backstory. Game 1 of the finals literally just concluded. Lakers and Miami. Lakers blew the living bricks off Miami. They got slapped. Lakers made me some money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy about it because finally,
finally got some luck going your way after those L's.
Yeah, finally.
Back-to-back L's.
Yeah, back-to-back.
Looking like Meek Mill.
Yeah. But now it's gonna be back-to-back W's. Meek Mill rebounded, and so will I. Lakers.
That's true. Lakers got you back.
Yeah, they got me back. So thank God, I'm happy about that. It wasn't looking too good in the first quarter.
No.
You know. But
quick summary though, I think from the last video, since what's happened in the league, I think based off the last video, we were recapping how the Raptors were dealing with the Celtics. I don't know if they've lost that series at that point.
No, yeah. I don't think that. No, we were going into Game 7.
Yeah, so we got some stuff to catch up on.
Don't even get me started on the Raptors, man.
We want to talk a little bit about the Raptors, and then we'll cover the finals and the Game 1, and then that should be a good video.
Yeah, well, hopefully
to recap everything. Yeah,
hopefully that gets some good content out there for our big return.
For the Canadian fellas, let's start with the Raptors. What do you think following that series loss to Boston? It was devastating. I didn't think it would happen, man. Game 7, I didn't see it.
Yeah, because the experience was on the Raptors. I'm pretty annoyed, man. I don't know what to say. The Raptors were fully capable of beating Boston, and they didn't. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, like Siakam and all that. Like we watching that series, it's definitely. There goes a screensaver, but we'll forget about it.
Yeah, no, we're just going now.
We're just going now. Yeah,
watching that's actually so funny.
Watching that series. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, we're a startup, all right? These things happen. Watching that series made me realize, like, we got some issues. We got some moves to make. Pascal, I don't know what that guy's saying. Like, it was basically we were playing 4-on-5 the whole time. Like, that guy was useless.
Yeah, he struggled in the bubble, and there was many games, especially down the stretch, when like he was in the game, and we were wondering why he was in the game. Like especially in Game 7 down the stretch, and in Game 6 down the stretch, that crazy game that the Raptors ended up winning it. Every time Siakam, just leave it, screw it. Every time Siakam touched the ball. And like down the stretch in those two games specifically, like remember we're watching it together, like we almost had a heart attack every time he touched it. Like why was he on the court?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
he was struggling.
I don't know what Nurse wasn't really the best coach.
Like I don't
that time. Like he didn't play the bench at all.
Like I don't care if he's supposed to be your go-to guy, your star player. If the guy is struggling, bench him.
Right.
And I'm pretty annoyed, and I want to say some stuff. I want to go on a little rant here. Don't worry, I won't hog the mic, but like I have
quick 1 minute rant. Let's go.
I have stuff written down, man. Like I'm annoyed. Okay, 2016 Warriors, best record of all time in the regular season. What happens in the finals? They blew the 3-1 lead to Cleveland. They lose. That record's irrelevant.
Yeah, they were a meme for like 3 years.
Yeah, that record's irrelevant as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
2018, Dwayne Casey gets NBA Coach of the Year. And what happens? They get swept for the second straight year in the playoffs, man, by LeBron James and the Cavaliers. That Coach of the Year is worthless. Nick Nurse this season, ladies and gentlemen, gets NBA Coach of the Year. As far as I'm concerned, worthless. Because Nick Nurse is the reason the Raptors lost to the Celtics. The Raptors were fully capable of beating the Celtics. Nick Nurse screwed us over, and I'm pretty ticked off.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. I don't know what he was doing this series.
The amount of weapons that were on the Raptors bench that never even touched the court throughout the whole series is ludicrous, man. Like you got Hollis Jefferson, Terrence Davis, Chris Boucher, Matt Thomas, Well, Matt Thomas touched the court, but and so did Boucher. But you know what I mean, though, right?
Don't count. They were playing Siakam the whole second half of Game 7. He didn't even want to go back to Ibaka. Remember that too? We were pissed about that. So
yeah, sub out Siakam, put in Boucher, get him some minutes, and like have the bench get the guys going, because that's what they've been doing all season. And then have Siakam be on the bench, have him look out onto the court, and then maybe that will get him going. Put him back in the game after, let's say, like 5 to 10 minutes, and then maybe Siakam's going to be going again. Like,
yeah, he didn't use Terrence Davis either. I don't know.
Terrence Davis never even touched the court throughout the whole series. Terrence Davis, out of everybody on the bench, would match up best to the Boston Celtics, because he's just like the Boston Celtics, young and athletic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the season Terrence Davis had, for him to not touch the court is absolutely ridiculous.
It was a weird way to go out. Like a lot of weird mistakes, a lot of rookie mistakes for a coach that isn't a rookie.
Yeah, you're playing 7 guys throughout the whole series practically. They're all tired. You have a bunch of good guys on the bench. You have a bunch of energy, and you refuse to play them.
Yeah, that was weird. That was some Dwayne Casey stuff,
I mean,
to be honest.
Even if you're like 10 shots deep of tequila, like, you should know better.
Yeah, Nick was, I don't know. Nick was somewhere else.
And Hollis Jefferson is a workhorse too. He could have handled the inside, as far as I'm concerned, because Tice isn't that big.
You know what I'm thinking during these playoffs? I don't know if some of their intentions, like the players, the coaches, because they're playing in this bubble for so long, are really to just get the hell out, you know? Like, I don't know if they're missing family. They've been locked away, basically. I don't know if the intentions of every player and coach are really there this year with everything going on.
That's a fair take.
I think that might have played into it to some extent, although you'd hope not to.
That's a conspiracy theory. I got a conspiracy theory.
I'm into conspiracies, but it's a valid conspiracy because a lot of people are saying, you know, they don't want to be there right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, that series is a forgettable one for sure. It's like some stuff is going to happen in the summer to improve that team. But that outcome shouldn't have happened. We should have been in the conference finals facing Miami.
Yeah, and we could have beat Miami.
We could have beat Miami.
We would have lost to the Lakers, but at least we
don't know that. We would have had to be honest, we would have had an easier time with Miami than Boston did.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, man, I still want to say a
this
little
year
bit
sucks,
of stuff.
you know?
Yeah.
Big boo.
Boucher should have played sometimes instead of Gasol. I mean, don't even get me started on Gasol. Marc Gasol, thank you for your services.
He's gone. He's off to Spain.
Yeah, but man, oh man. And then Matt Thomas, one of the most, if not the most underrated shooter in the whole NBA. Like, you know, run plays for him, get him going. He barely got no minutes. Like he made a 3 at one point, I remember, and Nick Nurse benched him for the rest of the game. It makes no sense. And about conspiracy theories, I got a conspiracy theory about Nick Nurse. Maybe
we should run like a conspiracy page parallel to Under
my
Pressure.
dad would like that. Yeah, conspiracy theories. Nick Nurse, I feel like he wanted to like prove something, you know, like, oh, we could beat Boston starters, because Boston doesn't really have a good bench, right? Obviously the Raptors had the better bench, which is ridiculous why the bench never got played. But anyways, Nick Nurse, I feel like, was like, oh, like I want to prove something to Brad Stevens and to everybody, like, oh, I'm gonna beat Boston with just the Raptors starters, because obviously Boston starters primarily played all the minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was really stubborn. That he was trying to force something and it didn't work. So yeah. Nurse was up to no good.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know if it was game 6 or 7, but Ibaka got going at one point. It was game 7. Ibaka got going, and what does Nick Nurse do? He takes him out and benches him for almost the rest of the game, if not the rest of the game. I can't even remember.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Just crazy stuff, man. He
should have
been on the floor down the stretch. Yeah, it was rookie moves. And Nick Nurse is a sophomore coach. Well, not a sophomore head coach. He's been a coach in the NBA now for years, though, under Dwayne Casey before. Yeah. Right? But yeah, man, the Raptors went small ball, and Tice kept getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound, many second chance points.
In some circumstances, that could have lost the job. Obviously, he just got the contract, and he helped us, or he coached the team to a championship.
I guess.
But in some other teams and situations, that could have got him fired, right? Like the way he was coaching.
Well, I mean, if it happens again, he should get fired. I mean, it happened to Dwayne Casey. Yeah. But you know, like even after all these second chance points and offensive rebounds, Nick Nurse calls a timeout and still made no adjustments. And what happens? The same thing happens for the next few possessions. This was in Game 7, a do or die game. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. And don't even get me started on that Norman Powell. Remember the layup and down the stretch in the fourth quarter, the Norman Powell layup, which like he took on 4 Celtics players and got blocked.
That was so stupid.
Stupid, man, just stupid. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. And real quick, I also want to say something to the Toronto Raptors fans. Quit bashing Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart's one of my favorite players in the NBA. I feel like I'm just gonna get a Marcus Smart jersey just to tick off people, because literally, man, Marcus Smart did his job, and a lot of the Raptors players didn't. Marcus Smart puts his body on. He's much like Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry respects him a lot. I respect Marcus Smart. You want to have him on your team. He's a good trash talker. Gets in your head. That's his job. You just don't want to play against him. And I feel like he had a right to troll the Raptors. Remember King of the North after the series? I feel like he had a right to troll them, because the whole reason why Marcus Smart was annoyed to begin with is after game 3.
Yeah,
Freddie. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so yeah, just quit bashing Marcus Smart, because it makes it sound salty, and I'm annoyed at that.
Yeah, both of them should stay away from that stuff. That's just like, that's not necessary. You know, social media. Yeah. Like beef back and forth. That's stupid. But
yeah. But anyways, like if you're a Raptors fan, you don't want to make us all sound salty. Because I'm a Raptors fan, and I'm not salty at Marcus Smart. You don't want to ruin the Raptors' reputation internationally. So I'm just saying, knock it off. That's all I'm trying to say.
What do you think in the summer they should do? Like, what kind of position player should they go after? Center, big?
Marcus Gasol left. We need to replace him. Now I'm having a brain freeze. Clippers, dude. Montrezl Harrell.
He'd be
just go after him.
I read someone online
Ibaka's gonna
somebody
start
offered actually a good solution, that they would put Ibaka as the starter and then Montrezl as a backup, which would be pretty cool. Like Ibaka could be starter. Yeah. Or if you're thinking big shot, you go Joel Embiid. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but that's gonna be tough to get him.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. But
that's interesting. I'm just hearing that for the first time now. I'm actually that'd actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, like as a proposal.
Because Joel Embiid, some players who like don't thrive, like Joel Embiid had his struggles in Philadelphia. DeMarcus Cousins is another example, which I love to use. Like, he has his injury problems. I feel like if these players come to Toronto, they'll thrive, because Toronto's system and their athletic coaches and just everything, top notch. Along with San Antonio, Miami, and Golden State.
Situational players are not bad players. They're just in the wrong circumstance. Like, you look at Serge. He was awful in Orlando. Yeah, he got traded to Toronto, and he's been excellent ever since. Mm-hmm. So it's just a team situation. People are around. If he came to a team like Toronto, or not even Toronto, he went Miami, he'd be an excellent player. So yeah, I think for off season we need some bigs.
Well, you need to re-sign Van Fleet.
Yeah, if they don't, I don't know if they're gonna get him. So in that sense, you got to get like a shooting guard. You got to get a combo guard. I don't like the lineup that they run with Freddie and Kyle. It's too undersized. Any tall team would exploit that, and they did. Look at Boston. Like, you know, they did pretty well against that. They exploited that. So like, having those two as starters are weird. I would either put Freddie at the point guard and then get a shooting guard, or just don't re-sign Freddie and then get another player to replace him.
Damn, don't re-sign Freddie. I say re-sign Freddie.
He's going to ask for a lot of money.
Yeah, I feel like he's worth it though.
He's not worth max though. He might ask for the max.
Yeah, we'll see. Apparently Masai has to re-sign too or something. Like it's a crazy offseason. I read something.
He's got a year left.
So. Oh, okay. No, but I read something like I don't know that they should try to extend him or something.
Yeah, they will.
And Ibaka's still under contract too, right? He's a free agent. Yeah, you got to re-sign Ibaka and Van Fleet. That's what I'm trying to say.
They gotta focus on the architects of the team first before they go after players. So
they gotta get some decent role players too, man. Like, you know what I mean?
They had good role players. They didn't use half of them. They didn't. Terrence Davis is a role player. Matt Thomas is a role player. Those are good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just at a lost words from the series, but we'll see what they do. I don't know what they should do. I feel like let Patrick McCaw walk and replace him with somebody else.
They actually want to increase his role next year. That's what I read.
I like Patrick McCaw. He's a decent role. They need
they see something.
I mean, clearly Marcus Gasol is leaving. Kyle Lowry is getting older. Van Fleet's gonna probably demand the max. I'm not gonna lie. He probably will demand the max. So they got some tough decisions to make in Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know. We can come back to this in a later episode and probably have more.
Yeah, when some news actually breaks.
Yeah, let's wrap that up. Let's go back to the finals.
Game 1 just ended.
Game 1 just ended. That was a huge loss. I actually thought that Miami would take that.
Yeah, in the first quarter, Miami had a 13-point lead, and then I'm pretty sure in the same quarter, or early in the second, LA had like a 13-point lead. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, Miami's on pretty shaky ground right now. They got like some injuries all of a sudden in that third or fourth quarter that they have to now deal with. So, like, if those guys can't come back, then you might even see a sweep, just because it's like a quarter of the team missing, right? So
it's going to be a sweep. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be a sweep.
It's a sweep even if those guys come back?
It's going to be a sweep. Miami's too young, too inexperienced. And the Lakers are just they look like a super team against the Heat. The Heat's only chance was stealing Game 1.
That's true.
Yeah, and that was actually your idea. I'll give you credit because you're the one who told me that, and it made me think, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Because
they looked good at the beginning.
Yeah, they did look good at the beginning too. But I was wondering if I should cash out. But yeah, man, man, it's gonna be a sweep. The one thing I'll give to Miami, statistically speaking, I was reading something on like Raptors Nation on Facebook the other day because they're talking about the finals. Statistically speaking, the two best LeBron defenders in the NBA, Jimmy Butler, Iguodala, both on the Heat, and Iguodala had a nice block on LeBron. I think it was in the second quarter. He had a nice block on LeBron. So
I'm not gonna count them out just yet because what I noticed is that like LA were shooting incredibly hot from 3, and that's not sustainable. So
fair enough.
They're gonna have a game where they're not gonna shoot too well, and the Heat are gonna improve on the mistakes that they made, assuming that everyone's gonna be healthy for the next game. So
the first half, Heat were shooting well.
Yeah, so if that's the circumstance, then they can still win 1 or 2 games. They're not gonna. I can't see them winning a series.
No, man, no, it's gonna be a sweep. Dead ass. It's gonna be a sweep.
I don't know. I think they're gonna win 1 or 2 games.
Hell no, it's gonna be a sweep.
We'll see.
Yeah, we're disagreeing already, but it's gonna be a sweep. I don't see Miami winning 1 game. Their only chance, because Phil told me about it and it made me think, and I was like, yeah, it was Game 1. Game 1's done. They got blown out. It's gonna be a sweep. Mark my words.
Yeah, but you can make adjustments. I mean, what's the likelihood of LA shooting that hot for the rest of the series? Not high. So you make adjustments to all the other issues you faced, and then let's say Miami has a really crazy game where they shoot at the lights out. I mean, if Denver was able to sneak in 1 game, so can Miami. Denver is just as an experienced team as Miami is.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I just Miami, I don't think beat the Lakers at all during the regular season. I just don't see it happening.
The problem with this game is that like from a viewer who's not really into sports, they were probably under the impression that LA is just like a crazy good team, and they're really not. They looked better than they actually were because they were playing like.
Even Danny Green was going off, which I was surprised about. That guy's washed up. He made so many threes.
I mean, I think I can see them coming back to reality a bit in a game where they don't shoot that well because they're not that good of a shooting team.
Yeah, but who does Miami have, man? They have Tyler here, who's 20 years old. The guy's a 2000. He's 3 years younger than us.
Doesn't matter. Look at the Raptors last
experience.
Year. Half the players who had no experience played crazy.
Yeah, but you had like Kawhi Leonard. I don't know. The Raptors were like a solid. Miami's a solid team, but like, who's your go-to guy? Jimmy Butler. Like, he's no Kawhi Leonard. He's no LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Miami has like young guys who are inexperienced, and Duncan Robinson as well. And who does the Lakers have? They have LeBron James, Anthony Davis. So even if one guy's struggling, the other guy could pick it up. Those 2 guys are superstars. So even if LeBron's struggling, AD will pick it up, and same thing vice versa. That's just what I just don't see Miami winning.
Yeah, but if you're saying they're gonna sweep Miami, then they could have that argument could have been applied to Denver, and they didn't sweep them. They lost 1 game.
What was the game Denver won?
Probably Game 2.
Game 2, right? Yeah, but Denver's like. But the thing with Denver,
Miami has to play.
If you think about it like this, Denver comes back 3-1 first round, 3-1 Clippers second round. So they're clearly bound to at least win 1 game against the Lakers. Denver's like a different animal. You know what I mean? Like Miami, I know Miami knocked off Milwaukee, but that was just a matchup thing and how they played. Like the Lakers are bigger. The Lakers are just bigger, man, and like the Lakers play fast pace, and the Lakers got great defense as well. So does Miami, but. The Lakers are just like, do you see the pace that the Lakers play at?
Yeah,
they just push the ball up the court like in less than like a second. It seems like.
I don't want to count them out, saying that they're gonna get swept because I've watched enough of Miami in the playoffs to know that they're not that type of team to get swept. They're gonna get 1 or 2 games. Yeah. It's just what game will that be, and what game are they gonna be able to? They practically have to have a game. In order for them to win, they need to have a game where they're performing excellent on all levels. Like they're not making hardly any mistakes, which they can do. So that's why I can't see them getting swept.
But the Lakers when
was the last finals that you saw?
The Lakers, on the other hand, are allowed to make way more mistakes than Miami and could still potentially win the game. The Lakers got more talent.
Yeah, fair enough.
They got more weapons.
Talent, but Miami does have Miami is the type of team that could pull that off.
Yeah, but they're. Yeah,
I'm not saying they're going to win the finals.
No, they're not. Yeah,
they're going to win a game or 2.
On that. Yeah, fair enough. They're as far as I'm concerned, they're getting swept. But to their credit, both of us didn't actually think at the beginning of the Milwaukee series that they'd win the series. So, and we're both wrong.
Yeah,
I was wrong. So
nobody thought Miami would even be here. They would have.
I'm very surprised Miami's here right now. I'm very surprised.
Yeah,
Surprised I thought it was going to be. either Raptors, Celtics, or the Bucks in the finals, and then the Heat. The Heat were like the fourth option to go to the finals out of the East, and then Philadelphia. But man, like the Heat, those guys. I got much respect to Miami. I just don't see them winning a game in the finals. It's just they're not there yet. Like finals, bunch of young and experienced guys. Like Jimmy Butler, his first finals appearance, leading the team against LeBron James, Anthony Davis, the Lakers. Like. Damn, man, I just don't know. I just don't know.
The Lakers have even more of a drive because they're doing this for Kobe, right? So it's just like there's a lot of factors against Miami's.
And LeBron's doing it for selfish reasons too. LeBron, like he's 36 years old now. I think he needs his fourth ring. Yeah, he wants his fourth ring already.
Yeah.
But we keep getting distracted a little bit here by the TV. But it is what it is. We're just a startup podcast. Everybody.
It's the startup problems. Everybody faces them. It's the way the life works.
Yeah.
Screensaver or not.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a crazy game, crazy night. It's about midnight right now. Crazy day. And
we're doing a late run for you guys. We're trying to, we had to squeeze this in because it's been so long.
It has been long, yeah. It has been long.
We needed some under pressure content.
Under pressure, baby, under pressure. But yeah, you want to add anything in there for the finals? Because I think I'm just happy I got to get my full rants in there about the Raptors. I'm just still ticked off about that.
I'm more so upset about Toronto. Just I don't know. That was a cop out. Like that whole series was messed.
The Raptors, it could have been Raptors and the Lakers right now, 100%. If the Raptors beat the Celtics in Game 7, they would have beat the Heat, man. I mean, I know it's easy to say now, but I just have a funny feeling it would have happened.
When do you think the season when do you think the next season's going to start? We're gonna have to come up about stuff to talk about for the next 5-6 months
but I think the next season will start in January probably, right? December, January.
Confirming that they can't confirm it.
They should do a Christmas Day start again, like how they did back in the lockout. Back when we were in grade 9, they did the Christmas Day start. I like that. They should. The NBA is always creative. The NBA is the best sports league in the world, just based upon how they run things.
Imagine if they do another bubble for a whole year.
No, that will not be happening. The players will never agree to that. Could you imagine that? Oh my God, that'd be terrible. That'd be so bad.
Look at what Corona did.
They need to go back to arenas even if there's no fans there.
That's another conspiracy, the whole virus.
Yeah, don't even get me started on Corona. We don't want to get any like haters or whatever to this channel, so we won't talk about what we think of Corona or what I think. But I don't know what you think. We never even talk about it.
You can't get any haters in relation to.
Yeah, that is true.
Everybody shares the same opinion.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, but Corona sucks.
It sucks.
No, but I have a theory about Corona itself.
What's that? Let's hear it.
You have the same theory probably that it was a man-made virus and it accidentally slipped out of China.
Anybody with a freaking brain up here, mate, has a belief that it's man-made. I mean, if you're sitting here and you're watching this video and you think it's not man-made and it was,
leaked out of a bat, could you imagine?
Get out of here! Why are you watching us? That's ridiculous. That's stupidity. The man-made people on this earth are filled with evil.
And
this is why we're here.
This is a very evil world.
This is why we're struggling.
Yeah.
But this is why
YouTube's evil
at the same time, YouTube's evil,
hard to get
this
subscribers.
is why we exist, because we want to bring
joy to people. Drinking Smirnoff Ices on camera, talking about ball, living life.
Intoxicated, talking about some sports.
That's my first one.
Before you know it, Corona's the last thing in your head. So
yeah, literally.
That's the existence of Under Pressure. And,
So give us a shout out. Try to promote us a bit. We'd appreciate it. We'll give you a shout out back on our channel. When we're big, we'll give you a shout out on the channel easily.
We're wrapping up this video with the hopes that you'll give us some shout outs to the 9 subscribers that are out there watching this. They might not even watch this anymore.
Yeah. I'll give you this pencil too for free.
If it's possible, shout us out. And one day when we see you post-Corona without the mask, we will thank you.
Yeah, without the mask. I can't stand masks. Don't even get me started on masks.
It's going to feel weird not to wear masks after the virus.
Yeah, do you want to start wearing a mask on the show? Like with Under Pressure? Marketing,
we can do some Under Pressure mask. We have some possibilities coming,
Yeah.
We have some business moves coming.
Anyways, champ, I think.
Anyways, that's a wrap for the video. We thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. We're gonna
be doing this more consistently now. Now that it's easier too, because we don't have to talk about 8 series or whatever.
Everything is easy now.
We just gotta talk about one series. The Raptors are wrapped up now. We're not gonna mention them anymore. We're just talking about the Heat and the Lakers now.
Talk about LeBronica.
Yeah, LeBronica. Yeah, LeBronto.
And we'll be covering the off season and the free free agent moves and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and maybe even we could branch out to like football, baseball. The Jays just got swept today. I don't know if you heard about that.
What do you mean swept? There was
Like, no, yeah, it was a best of three. Best of three series for the wild card, and they got beat both times by Tampa. I knew Tampa would win based on what I read. I don't really follow the Jays, to be honest, but the Jays are too young and inexperienced. But to get swept, come on, man. At least losing 3, not 2. You know.
Yeah, I look forward to that. We might introduce some other stuff. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we should get some girls on here too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I'm so dead after that. I probably just woke up my parents. They're all sleeping. That was such a loud laugh, but God, that was funny. This guy has the Kawhi Leonard personality. Like literally.
We might have some X-rated content down the line.
X-rated content like Nelk, freaking Jack Demo, everything.
Clickbait, yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening, and you just got to be subscribed in order to see it. All right. So we're gonna wrap up this episode. Like we said, thank you for watching, and we will be back soon, very soon. All right. Later.